Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. This video today will cover the week of April 20th through April 29th. So that'll be your April 26th. So that is the happy birthday week for Tauruses. The sun will move into Taurus on, it just moved in there on Sunday the 19th. So happy birthday to y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I did channel a message for you. Before I get to that, though, I really want to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments. When you do this, you help me to work with the analytics the way they're set up with YouTube. They're kind of hard. I've been out for like a month, and so they have forgotten about me. So if you could hit that thumbs up, that would help me out. But more importantly, when you hit the thumbs up, when you leave me a comment, it connects our energy. And then when I do try to channel a message for you, our energies are connected and you're more likely to find a message that resonates for you. Also, I would like to encourage you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. And there's a reason for that. Your sun sign is easy to know based on your birthday, right? We're all pretty familiar with that. But your rising sign is what sets up the destiny of your life. It is where the houses line up from your rising sign. And so when I say something has moved into your first house or your second house or whatever, it's really the rising signs that affects. And so that's where the energy is. And so to figure out what yours are, there's plenty of free calculators. You just could put in free astrological chart into your search engine, and you should be able to find something that will find it for you. Cafe Astrology, Astro Dentist, Astro Theme, they're all good ones. So knowing where your sun is great because that's about how you feel inside and how you're going to view the world. But your rising sign, that's how you're interacting with the world. That is how the planets are interacting with you. That's the houses that are being affected. That's where the rubber meets the road. And so knowing that is a really useful tool in navigating your way through your life. And then the moon sign, that is what you feel. And so how are you emotionally reacting, responding to situations, and which house is that in, and what's squaring off with that. And so again, knowing your chart is very beneficial. And so I really would like to encourage you to do that. So getting into your energy today. What I saw was a garden spade. I have very short messages today, just like quick little images. So yours was a garden spade, but then I almost immediately saw, I have a deck where there's this guy and he's digging a trench, and it's the karmic trench. And so I'm like, are they digging their way out of a karmic trench? Are you changing your life, or are you stuck in the trench? And so I really wasn't sure. But we have a new moon this week coming up, and it's happening on Wednesday night, and that is your opportunity to plant your seeds of intention. So garden spade could be about the time to plant, the time to get to work, the time to get something started, the time to start setting your intentions. A new moon cycle runs 18 months. It isn't until we get to the full moon in Taurus, which will happen in November of 2021, that the energy of the seeds that you're planting should be bearing fruit. And so if you've been Taurus, you're patient. And planting seeds in the Taurus moon requires patience for everybody. And so you'll be okay with that energy. There will be other signs that'll be like, wow, 18 months, that's a long time. But you have the ability to see down the road and go, no, this is how you build something. This is how you do it. And so what do you want to build? The energy this week on the day of the new moon is really, really super freaking tough. Okay. Don't let that stop you from sitting down, writing out your gratitude list, being willing to figure out what it is that you want to do, where you want to go, what do you want to have 18 months from now? Really super important. So to help me, because all the images were so quick, I went into one of my Oracle decks. It's Foxfire, the Oracle to Consume. I don't use it very often. I use it for special occasions, and wow, do I love the one that you have. You have a dragon. It's called The Awakening. So, planting your seeds, digging your way out of things, the awakening is so cool. So it says, the time for rest is done, and now you are awakened to the action by the great golden dragon of the day. In the realms unseen by most humans, forgotten by nearly all humans, there are great dragons who stand at the edge of the day's birth and death, helping all within the realm to arise and to awaken to the blessings of each day. The great golden dragon within this card heralds the awakening of the day. When this card comes to you, you know you are being called to arise and to awaken to a new day within your life. You are called to awaken your own belief. your own knowledge, to the truth of your own soul, and to rise up and embrace it all, to know your worth, your beauty, and to shine it out through the day before you. Taurus, you rule the second house of self-worth, self-esteem, value, material, and also how you value yourself. And so for you to be being called to know your value and your worth makes so much sense here. So treat this as a new time, even when it contains old stories, as it is a great and beautiful opportunity to take all that is within you and make the very most of it. When this card comes to you, it is a reminder too that there are parts of you which are asleep or resting, dormant and underlived, and they must now be awakened. Think now. Seeker on the dreams and the wishes you sent to sleep over the years. Let them now gently awaken one by one as the days before you unfold, that they can come to life again, not as dreams and ideas any longer, but as events and experiences that become your life. Awaken to your power, awaken to your sleeping soul, and arise like the great dragon of the day and call out to the world that you are coming into this day fearlessly, ready to live fully, and embrace the adventures of the gift called life. And so as I was reading this and I got to that part where it said that it's time to waken your dreams slowly, this is the time to plant your seeds of intention. That's part of that awakening process. So how do you want to change your life? What do you want to make that's different in it? So this energy of this new moon that is happening is all about that for you. And so utilize it. You know, it starts with being grateful for what you already have. That sense of abundance really creates, it raises your vibration. It pulls in the higher vibrational energy. So if you're taking a stock of where you are, counting your blessings is actually really important. And then where do you want to go from here? So we start out the week with the moon in Aries. It gets there at 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday. That's Eastern Daylight Time. And this almost immediately comes into conjunction with Chiron. And when that happens, this is about the deep healing and the deep wounds that need to be healed being brought up. And with it in Aries, there's kind of this denial energy, this denial of so often when something, we're like, ouch, we're like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. The denial will inhibit the opportunity for healing and for growth. And so kind of pay attention to things that come up and you go like, no, that's not it. Then that might really, really be it. So think about that just a little bit as you're going through the first part of this week. The sun is going to square Saturn on Tuesday, which is going to be a super high stress day. Pack your patience. Good thing you have a lot. You're going to need it. You are so going to need it. There is this need to find what it is that you need to release in order to find peace in your life. There's going to be a need to compromise in the area of like the inactivity, that sense of inactivity that everybody has that's going on right now. That is, there's something in there that you need to be releasing and letting go. Surrender into it. Something is out of your control. And so, okay. And if you can do that, then the day will be a lot less stressful. Being able to say, okay, I can't control that. I can't control what that person's doing. I can't control the fact that I can't go to work. I can't control the fact that I'm overworked. Whatever it is, I can't control what the stock market's doing. There's so many things, right? You can't control it. And so surrendering into it and going, okay, I am releasing my need to control that so that I can find the peace and center in myself. So that's the work that you have going on Monday and Tuesday. And most of Wednesday, which also has some super tough energy. So sorry about that. The moon moves into Taurus at 6:15 p.m. And then it squares off. Squaring off. If you think about that, it's a square. That's that fighting energy, right? And it's fighting with Pluto, which is all about transforming things, and Jupiter, which is all about expanding things in your life. And so there is just super, super tense energy around it, but don't let that stop you from doing your new moon intentions. Don't let that stop you from doing what it is that you need to do to set yourself up for success. Things can't stay like this forever. I forgot to pull a card for you for the Aries energy, so let's go ahead and do that. There's just so much energy in this room right now. Ooh, yep. What do you need to release? You have the sacrifice card. So there is something that needs to be released. needs to be let go of in order to find the peace? Is it the sense of control? Is it an actual situation that you don't have any control over? You know, what is it that you need to release? So a little more on that. So this new moon, you're being asked again to release something with this new moon, because this new moon is actually falling into the situation of economy. So efficiency. Your check out your month ahead for the Taurus season. Not very many people watched it. I'll put the link below. It came out on a funny day. It was all about working smarter, not harder. Efficiency, economy. That is Taurus, right? That's your superpower, your ability to do that. And so trusting in that as your superpower and being willing to release the things that are not working, so that you can make what seems like it's something around your home, because of where it's at. And so it's something around you. Like, it's maybe releasing a job, which is going to affect the finances around the home, or it's moving, or it's a relationship, or it's just clearing out the closet and letting go of something that, oh my gosh, seriously. I mean, we all really, really liked that outfit that we wore in 9th grade, but, when you hit your 40s and 50s, it doesn't fit anymore. Time to let some of that stuff go, right? So kind of take a look at what can you release and create space in your life, because you're being asked to let stuff go. When you hold on tightly, the Four of Pentacles is that holding on tightly, and that happens during Taurus season. That is like the first week of May, somewhere in there is represented by the Four of Pentacles, and it's that holding on tightly to our resources. But when you have your fists closed, they're not open to the abundance of the universe, and so you're being asked to open them up, let something go, so that you can bring in this new beginning, so that you can look through the keyhole and realize that there's something so much more beautiful, so much more opportunity out there on the other side of that. So I want to get you a little guidance for this new moon of how to best utilize the energy of this new moon, planting your seeds of intention, and also how to use this week. You have successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. So when you're planting your seed of intention, if what you're worried about is the financial backing of it, I say go ahead and start making your plans. Start moving things forward. This card says to me that those opportunities, those avenues will open for you when you need them, if you're trusting in the universe that I always have more than enough, and there's always more on the way. I'm opening my fist to allow the abundance of the universe to flow in, and so I'm going to go ahead with this idea, this thing that I believe in, this next step that I want to take. So that's actually really lovely. Friday is a beautiful day, nice energy. So it'll be very nice to get to Friday this week. That's all I can say about this week. And take a deep breath and enjoy it, because then the weekend looks tough again. Because the moon is going to move into Gemini at 3:20 a.m. on Saturday, and then Mercury is going to square off with Pluto and with Jupiter. And so again, this is communication about transformation. This is communication about expansion. And so this idea, this thing that you're thinking about, that you're creating, that is a really brilliant idea. Instead of communicating out to the world about it this weekend, take the time to research it. Take the time to do the deep dive, to get in there and to see what you need to know, because the communication this week to other people is going to be very complicated. But the nice thing that happens on the 25th is that Pluto is going to go retrograde. And so all these major changes, all this chaos that's been going on, it gives us a chance to catch our breath, to take a look at the debris that has become our lives, and figure out what's worthy of saving and what do you need to release. You're being asked to sacrifice and release this week more than usual. You're giving up something big. Okay, so This is about the acceptance of a situation, also the acceptance of divine guidance and divine help. So really listen to what's going on, because it's going to lead to growth of this idea, of this opportunity. And this card right here that came out said, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. You have a plan that you're working on, right? It is time to awaken your energy to allow this opportunity to come to you. So it is going to require sacrifice. It is going to require you giving up something that has been for a while in order to create space for it. Somehow. Is it energy space? Is it financial space? Is it, emotional space? What is it? This is all happening in the first house of you. So it could be any of those things, and I have no idea. I cannot tell you from here. This is, again, if you are a Taurus rising, it's your first house. So if you are a Taurus sun and you're listening to this and you're like, well, I feel this is going on in my house of home. Well, it is quite likely, but not necessarily so, that you would be perhaps an Aquarius rising, because this would be your fourth house of home then. This is the reason you should check out your birth chart. It's a very useful tool. You could be feeling that way if you are an Aquarius moon. You might be feeling emotional about situations around the house again, because that would be the fourth house. So this is why it's always good to look at your chart. All right. You get 2 color cards for the week. You have blue, activate your healing power, and violet, create balance in your life. You will heal through the releasing and letting go of something that you've been clinging to. I keep seeing that 4 of Pentacles card in my head. I can't get rid of it. So there is something that you are hanging on so tightly to that needs to be let go of. You need to let go of the control. You need to let go of a situation. You need to let go of something physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There's something to allow the healing to happen so that you can create the balance in your life. And violet, that's your third eye chakra, which is about listening to your intuition. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity comes to you. Your intuition, the third eye sees things, the heart knows things. So listening to your heart as your higher self is talking to you. Okay? So spend a little time thinking about that this week. Write it down. It's so important that you write down what you're thinking, hoping, planning for. It creates a soul contract for you. That's a good thing if you write the right stuff. All right? You take care. I will see you next week. Happy birthday to you.